Aquarius, welcome to your August readings. Let's find out what is happening for you. I'm actually seeing this one. Now, my beautiful souls, I usually do extendeds, but because of my mum passing, I'm not going to be doing them this month. I'm really just gauging my time and my energy. I'm absolutely super cool to be doing these. I'm really thrilled to be here. But if you are on Patreon or the YouTube members area, please bear with me. Thank you. That's where I put my extendeds. I won't be doing them this month, but I hope to be uploading some special things for you anyway at some point during the coming month. And thank you so, so much, all of you, for your love and support since my mum passed over. Now, beautiful Aquariuses, let us find out what is happening for you. What is happening for Aquarius during the month of August? I'm actually seeing this one as well for you. Let us find out what is happening for my lovely Aquariuses. Let's find out what is happening for my lovely Aquariuses. It's actually that one. That is what I'm seeing. And lastly, these. Then we will draw your tarot cards as well. That's definitely popping out for you. What is happening for my lovely Aquariuses? And that one too. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have for you. So your first two cards, you have Cave, Incubation, and Bridge, the place between the worlds. This feels a little bit almost like slightly like hibernatory, as if something is going to emerge, but you may have to be waiting for it. We've got Solar Calm, Clarify, and Descendant Invitation. Okay. And then we have the War of the Roses, A Fated Meeting. Oh, wow. Goodness me. And then Balance. I'm just going to move these over here. Move my tarot cards as well. I'm just going to move these along. How interesting. There's an area of conflict in your world that needs to come back into balance, my beautiful souls. And the key to this is actually, gosh, in between worlds. Bear with me, because I'm kind of receiving more than one message. Right. If you are in some kind of a relationship and it's gotten out of balance, or there's any kind of situation where it's out of balance and there is a conflict, I think there will be I think you're sitting in a space where it hasn't yet fixed itself, but it's going to. It will come back into balance and somebody's going to help you with this. If you've come out of a challenging relationship and you've been waiting or feeling like, will you ever meet someone new? I think that you will meet someone new and your world will come back into balance. This would be a much more balanced connection than perhaps the previous one. But there's something that also maybe needs to be clarified. If you are in any kind of connection, this could be a love interest, this could be a business connection. If you're in any kind of relationship where you feel it's either come to a stalemate or you're not sure where it's going, I think there will be a real opportunity for you to reflect and move this forwards again to bring it back into balance. But I think you might find you need to sit tight and process this rather than rush into it. You have the Kiss. I'm hearing kiss and makeup. That's really sweet. Really sweet. Kiss and makeup. We have the Underworld. Okay, so this has been a bit of a can of worms. We've got Aletheia. I feel we have room for another card here. Let's draw another one. May we kindly have another card for my lovely Aquariuses, please. May we kindly have another card for my Aquariuses. You have the Desert. This is a very, very interesting row of cards here. I'm hearing kiss and make up, the Underworld. Maybe I feel like something's broken down. Either there's a separation from somebody, maybe you'll come back together or you'll meet someone new. There's something about being on hold or at a stalemate, but something maybe even something hasn't moved forwards, it's felt stuck. Perhaps there's been a disagreement. something here. Something here that you are either you're not clear about, or it hasn't moved forwards, or there's opposition or a difference of opinion. There's something here and it's needing to kind of get processed. It's not just, it isn't immediately fixable. Now that doesn't mean it's not fixable. Everything I'm seeing could come back into balance, but it's like you're not there yet. That's what I'm really seeing here. I think your reading, my lovely Aquariuses, is really, really interesting. I feel there's a massive spiritual dimension to your reading. I think what your reading is saying to you is it's your spirit team, source, God, your angels. I think this reading is literally an invitation to get still and really look at what is actually going on and see the truth of it. Aletheia is all about seeing the truth, looking at something from both sides. You know, I feel like there's almost been like this underworld, this can of worms. It feels like a can of worms around you. Something hasn't felt clear, or it hasn't felt okay, or something hasn't been said. Maybe you haven't spoken out when you needed to. You haven't been able to voice your truth. But the key to this is really in the energy, is to cross that bridge, you need to get still. You've sort of got to kind of sit in a place where you're very, very, very real about what's really going on, about your part in this, about what's really going on under the surface as well. What's really happening here, my beautiful souls? What is it that you need to acknowledge? This could be one of those scenarios where it's a bit of, a bit like the elephant in the living room, where, everybody's like stepping around it, stepping over it, moving over it. You can't see the telly because the elephant's in the way. But nobody ever says, wow, there's an elephant in here and it's totally in the way of everything. I feel like this is the kind of thing that we're talking about. There's something here that isn't being voiced or isn't being said, and actually I feel that it's what it's causing here is, for some of you there's already a big rift. For others, I think it's almost like it could be compounding problems, because like a bit like if you don't say something and then you sit on it, or you sweep it under the carpet, and then you sit on it again, and, you bite your lip and you don't say something. I sort of feel you get to the point where at some point it's going to have to be blown open. You can't pretend that you don't feel that way, or you haven't voiced your piece, or whatever it is, because it creates this sort of environment of a desert where something can't move forwards because it's not being acknowledged. One of the first keys to healing anything, whether you stay together or you separate, let's say it's in relationship, and that could be a business connection or a love interest, but whatever it is, our lives are full of relationships. Could even be your relationship to a project, or your relationship to an area, but whatever it is, your relationship to a hobby, whatever it is, something isn't really being acknowledged here. Maybe something that you thought was going to be a really good fit hasn't been. It doesn't mean you can't fix it for some of you, although for others maybe there should be a parting of the company, in which case there'll be a refinding of something that's so much better. But there's something here that needs to be revealed and clarified. Once you're clear on it, once you acknowledge it, you're empowered. The first step to moving anything forwards is to validate and acknowledge. Once you can see it and you bring it into the open, you can do something with it. As long as you deny it, you can't do anything with it at all. It becomes a major problem. And your reading is really inviting you to do this. Let's draw your tarot cards. Now, whatever this is for you, let's find out more about it. So we've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Three of Wheels. We've got the Ace of Cups. I think we have room for two more in this row. We've got the Knight of Cups. and the Queen of Wheels. These are pentacles. So you've got the Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, and Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Now, the Queen of Pentacles sometimes is depicted as being pregnant. She indicates harvest, gestation. The Ace of Cups is definitely a new beginning. And we've got two fishes here sitting under the fated meeting. I think somebody comes in, actually, my lovely Aquariuses, that helps you to overcome this stalemate, this problem. Now, the Seven of Swords, he's kind of like hiding behind this tree. So I feel like we have got a situation where I almost feel like it would feel risky to voice what you really think. And yet, an opportunity is coming to you, and it could well come through someone. Again, it could be a friend, it could be a business person, a colleague. Do you know, it could even be a random stranger. Somebody who you end up having a conversation while you're queuing at a supermarket, and they say something, and it's that nugget of wisdom that opens the whole thing for you. But someone comes in and they opens this up for you, and it's an absolute gift, because it kind of creates an environment where you can start to face whatever this is. You see it for what it is. It's no longer kept underground. It brings it into the open. This Three of Pentacles always reminds me of Jack and the Beanstalk. I just look at the imagery here. Always looks like Jack and the Beanstalk. And the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, his world had reached a crunch point. Interesting, I can hear like a car alarm going off. Almost as if, I think I'm going to say maybe some of you have had alarm bells ringing about something for a little while. Something comes along and you just think, I just feel you reach a point with something where you can't really deny it anymore. But this is a super good thing, because now you can decide what you're going to do about it. I think somebody may come along and assist you, almost certainly. And anyway, going back to Jack and the Beanstalk, they reach this crunch point. It's the emergency point. They can't continue. And Jack's mum sends him off to sell their only possession, which is a cow, and bring back sort of, hopefully lots and lots and lots of food and stuff for them. But he manages to be talked into selling the cow, or trading the cow for a handful of magic beans. And his mum is furious, throws the beans out of the window, but overnight they grow into this beanstalk, and it creates a whole new adventure, which ultimately leads to success. But Jack then has to climb the beanstalk and overcome the giants that are up there. So there's a few demons to sort of, as it were, to face. But actually he ends up coming back triumphant. He's absolutely the winner. He brings back all the stuff that's been stolen, by the giant. But, anyway, never mind. We know that there's a successful outcome. I think someone is helping you to achieve a successful outcome here. It's something that has bothered you, niggled you. You've kind of seen it but haven't quite known what to do about it. And actually, in reality, I think it's given you quite a lot of inner turmoil with the underworld. But I think what happens, my beautiful Aquariuses, is that this is the month when you see the truth of this. And I think somebody either comes along to help you to see the truth, or somebody comes along to help you because you see the truth of something. And this can then be moved forwards, and very, very successfully. Very successfully. And I don't think it's a rush job. I think it'll be a sort of a navigating it carefully in a way that's really, really super balanced. But I think it's given you a hard time. Okay. Whatever that is for you. I'm just going to move these cards down. I'm going to draw some more cards to find out how this proceeds for you. Let's follow this through. If I was doing my extendeds, this is where I sort of head off into the extendeds and do a real deep dive into what's going on. But I'm going to ask for a lot more information for you today. We kindly request information and guidance about how this moves forwards, or anything else my lovely Aquariuses need to know. Anything else my Aquariuses need to know, please. I'm seeing this one. Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles. We've got another five, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. We've got the Four of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups showing up. Showing up again, that was the Queen of Pentacles rather, but we've got the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups showing up again, and the Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay, right. So what we're seeing here, Aquarius, is truly, truly something where you have been feeling unbelievably stuck. Some of you feeling like something has been kept from you, as if you've been perhaps kept in the dark. Something that has been quite disappointing in terms of facing the reality of it. You haven't quite known what to do, quite how to move it forwards. It's been very stuck, very stagnatory. Absolutely, with Queen of Cups coming in here, I think, I was about to say again, but it's not, it's the Queen of Pentacles, my apologies. For some reason, I'm really muddling these two queens, but I think there's something about the energy of the queens coming in to support you. You know, the energy of the queens, you know, the king's energy, the divine masculine, and that's non-gender specific. The divine masculine is really direct. You know, we go from A to B, we know what the goal is, we're really clear, off we go, we know how to fix it. The queens take a more nurturing, windy road. They take their time, they evaluate, they consider, they trust their intuition, they trust their gut feeling. I think your gut feeling is confirmed. And what I think is rather delightful is somebody comes in here and offers you a hand. Literally. Indeed, there may even be more than one person who helps you. But there's like a fated meeting. It's like the timing of this is right for you to address whatever this is, and somebody comes along to help you to address it. And what is fabulous is really not just the Ace of Cups energy, which is always lovely because it's a new beginning emotionally, but the Ace of Wands is so full of creativity, sparkiness, energy, life, delight. So I do actually feel this will be a month when you navigate something that really needs to be tackled, but you navigate it with the support, your gut feeling, your intuition is proved right, you navigate it with the support of at least one other person who helps you to really come through this, and almost like to find it's like finding the best possible solution for everyone. A balanced solution, a fair solution, bringing something into a really, really, really good place. I mean, if this was a divorce, for example, and I'd be so, I'm sorry if that is the case, if there's a breakup, but you'll do it contractually in a way that is fair for everybody. There's something about finding an outcome that is balanced and fair and harmonious for everyone, but you have to acknowledge the truth of something in order to get there. And this is what I'm seeing for you. This is what's coming through for you, my lovely Aquariuses, in August. So my beautiful souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. If you are on Patreon or on the YouTube members area, thank you so, so much. For bearing with me, obviously navigating my mum's passing. I am sort of, not doing quite as much work as I normally do for very obvious reasons. So thank you for bearing with me. I do hope to put some extras onto your platforms at some point soon. But thank you for bearing with me, and thank you everyone for being here and supporting the channel, especially this new channel, as well as my other channel, the weekly tarot channel, where I put my pick a card readings and my shorts and all of the other readings. My beautiful Aquarius is tons of love, dear ones.